How everybody doing? How everybody doing, man? Hope everybody doing good. Life is crazy, ain't it? When you figure out, that everything you've been told, every situation you've been through, that was a lie. Everything was lies. Everything you've been told was lies. It's not your parents' fault. Well, you could you could say why. You could ask your parents why, but you can't blame them because same way we got manipulated to believe all these things, it been passed down from generation to generation. You know, that's why I say you can't really blame the parents, but at the same time you could ask them why. Because everything you went through, if you had knew the truth, you wouldn't have to go through it. If you just knew the truth, right? But life is a school. We're here to learn. We're here to not just learn how to live life. We're here to learn how to accept life, accept for what it is, and just willing to figure out what can you make, what can you do different to live that better life, to achieve that goal. Sometimes we just gotta ask questions to figure out the things that our parents didn't teach us, the things they didn't know about. I was just last night I was just going to a spiritual warfare and in the dream state. It was crazy, but what can you do? That's what happened when you go. That's what happened when you go against the biggest gang of them all. When you go against the grain, when you go against that, the lies, you gonna experience some spiritual warfare. They got people in line just to attack us any type of way. You think they just attacking us in this physical form, man? Well, come into my world. I wake up with scratches in my face. I wake up with scratches on my chest. Find a battle that I didn't even must ask for. But I understand because through the fact that I'm going against the grain, I'm going against these lies. Ain't nobody could hold me back. I done passed this level in my life. I done figure out who I am. I done figure out what I came here to do. All these battles, all these fight, man, it was fun. But I know more. I know more than the enemy knew. No, I know how to get through in battles. And the thing is so simple. Get to know who you are. Once you get to know who you are, you're gonna get to know more about God. Realize God always been with you to fight through these battles, through these rough times. The time you thought you was gonna give up in life, you just find a way. You've never been alone. You'll never be alone. It's either you're gonna have God with you, or you're gonna have the dark with you. The energy you put out is the energy you attract. Man, it's crazy how we just fighting this battle. We think going to church, we think joining in a religion, a belief system that's not teaching you about spiritual warfare. You think you're gonna be safe. A belief system that got you running from your demons, hiding from your demons, and you think you're gonna be safe. You can't never run. the spirit, you can't hide. Trust me. I tried it. It ain't work out. If y'all been following me, if y'all been keeping up with my story, you see it, man. You see what I went through, you see it. You can't run from it. You can't run from the spirit, because you are a spiritual being. You can't not run from who you are. That's why it's best to connect with the Holy Spirit, the Creator, man. God is already in us, man. Stop listening to these people talking about waiting for God to come through, and they put in the flesh. They put in what? A flesh in front of God. That's crazy, man. God is all around us. God is everything that is. Stop waiting for a man to come from the sky and take y'all up there with them. Heaven could be right here. Heaven could be right here. I'm living my heaven. I'm living this life. I'm having fun doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm having fun fighting these demons. I'm having fun exposing these demons. My life is amazing. My life is the life I always wanted. But growing up, I know, not knowing exactly how it exists, I knew about it, but knowing about the spirit, not knowing that much about the spiritual realm, and just living life. And man, I don't know where I'm going with it, but it just feels so good. Just tap into the spirit, man. Just knowing that God is right here. God is right here. What are you waiting for? Just gotta live in your truth, man. You gotta know who your tribes is. You have to know religion was not put here to keep us safe. Religion was put here to make us believe, because our mind is powerful. Our mind is where the real world at, man. Our mind is our spirit, our heart, our soul. That's where it's at. Everything is in you. And when you find out that, you find your tribes. That's God didn't create us to be separate like that. God created tribes. That's how messed up we is, especially the black Americans. Y'all don't know who y'all are. So y'all just accepting anything that make y'all feel good, anything that you think that gonna take you somewhere far in life. No, man, you have to know you always been where you at. Your ancestors is here in this land. Y'all ain't come from no Africa. That's a straight lie. I'm about to curse, but no kids watching this, but that's straight lies, man. You always been here. You always been here. So you gotta find out your tribes. You have to tap into the spirit. You have to go deep within and know who you are. Everything you ever needed in this land. Don't let these demons, bro. And when I say demons, I'm not talking about no race. I ain't talking about white people, man. White people is been screwed over too, man. Don't get it twisted. That's how the game go. The game, you have to put someone above. You have to put someone on top for the game to roll. For you have people under control. That's how the game go. But you here, man. Find out who you are. Stop trying to get into tribes, dog. Other people, tribes. It's just like I'm seeing all these people, converting to Islam. religion. But the thing they messed up at is they don't realize that Islam is just a religion. Muslims is a tribe. Muslim got multiple tribes. You're not Muslim. I don't care what you think it is. I don't think that because you study. That's when you study the Muslim way. They call Islamic. When you study Islamic, is study. You're just studying it. You have to be part of tribes. Your bloodline had to be matched. You just religion Islamic. You're not no Muslim. There's plenty of Muslims. It's just so sad. It just they knocked out. So sad they blocked off all the other tribes and part of Muslim, and only two they mentioned. That's why so much separation right there. When the prophet died, there only two tribes. Disagreement and break everything down. That people don't focus on the tribe no more. They focus on the religion and the book, the reading. That's why so much chaos in the Muslim community. Y'all so separated. That's why they could attack y'all any type of way. Look at how it's going right now. For years, the Muslims been going to war with America, with everything else. Because y'all separated through religion. Y'all forgot about y'all tribe, how all the tribe of Muslims stick with each other. Y'all know about Muslims. The Moors was the part of the Muslims. Y'all didn't know about that. There's a lot of story y'all missing out. Stop focus on the religion part. That's man-made. And the crazy thing is y'all almost realize it. Y'all studying the same thing as the Christian when it comes down to the book. They just put it a little different. The thing is, Muslims, y'all books, the Quran says the way you're supposed to live. Y'all straight blunt with it. Y'all don't hold no bars. You feel me? Y'all say it how it is. But y'all make it seem like there's a war between y'all and other religions. I'm saying that, but every religion think the same way. I'm just telling y'all because it's the same thing. We gotta go back to the tribe, how God created. While we be spiritual, we all welcome. We don't hate nobody. We don't care what tribe you is. As long as you show respect, we show respect. Whatever you don't have, I have. Something you have, I don't have. We could make an even exchange trade. Man, after y'all prophet died, man. The thing is the same thing. After death, 1632 AD? It's the same thing as Christians talk about Jesus Christ. And I'm trying to tell you, it's the same book. It's the same man. There's only one prophet. And his spirit still live on. Just gotta do better. Just gotta stick with each other, man. Bring the tribes back. Americans, y'all need to find y'all tribes. Go deep within the spirit, because until you connect with your ancestors, you have no power. You will never figure out the truth, your bloodline. We so separate due to fact of due to religion. We so separate. We so confused in the mind. We don't know which way to go, and it been going down for too long. Generation after generation, we just passing it down. Now it's just getting worse. Don't you see right now? We living in the last days, man. Because we so focused on these books, these prophecies, and we manifesting this thing into the world because we all so much people putting their energy in the religion in these books, because all these books make us think about the chaos, the last days. If we all keep thinking about that, praying to that, what made you think is all this energy we put in the universe about this situation? What make you think it's not going to happen? See, the enemy using us against us. We the weapon they have. We killing each other. That's what I love about the spirit, man. It's so much you need to see, so much you need to know, so much knowledge. Ancient knowledge. You just know things through your ancestors' wisdom. You asking yourself, how do you know all this? You just know. You always know. You always had the answers. You just you never take the time to go within. All the questions you need to know, your ancestors got it for you. Listen to the voices. You'll know which one is God's voice, and you know what's your ancestors' voice. Don't make people think you crazy because the voices that you're hearing. You're talking back to yourself. You think you're talking back to yourself. You're talking to God. You're talking to the spirit. You just have to believe in yourself. And believe what you see. Believe what you hear. And process it, man. Do it fit you. Do it good. If it sit right with you in your soul. The answer you need is always within you. Man, spiritual life. The truth. That's why the religion don't teach you about spiritual. Because if they teach you about spiritual, everything they tell you, it will be debunked. You'll see the truth, you're like, nah, you're going to call it out. They can't just slide anything in front of you without you seeing between the lines. Without hearing your inner voice. Without hearing the voice of the ancestors tell you no. When you're in danger, how your ears start budding, your ears start going off. When you get to the situation, how you start getting the bubble gut. The spirit speak to you, God speak to you, your ancestors speak to you. You just have to listen and follow guidance. You always be going the right way. If it leads you to a higher source, if it leads you closer to God, if it make you feel good in your heart, but you know the dark will feel good too. I've been there, I know it. But you know, you just gotta know which one is the high vibration, and which one is the low vibrational. We just here to experience emotional, human experience. We're here to fall in love. We're here to understand what hate, what hurt, what everything is. Don't let nobody take your time on this earth away from you. Take that time to yourself. Take that time with your spirits. And understand life. Get closer to life. Get closer to yourself. And you will realize that you always been close to God. Last king. I love y'all.